I got the sunshine I wanted today. Hopefully, in my travels today, I can get a tiny moment or two which will capture it before the rain clouds come in that are going to be here by late afternoon. It's 12:30 or so, and I am headed off, believe it or not, for my full moon ritual. Yeah, high noon full moon ritual. It's new for me. I've always celebrated the moon in the middle of the night. And because of availability and the weird scheduling conflicts me and my goddess sister have, it works out best that it happen during the day. And at first I wasn't so sure what I thought about that. And, I had an opinion because, I have an opinion about just about everything. And it's actually been really good for me to relate to. Hey, we all know this. She's there all the time. She's never gone. Maybe we can't see her, but she's always there. And it's actually been good for me to do what feels like a solar-lunar combination ritual. We're doing the wolf moon, and I know for a lot of you the wolf moon, because traditionally it's January for a lot of American witches at least. But the wolf moon became February for me, in the 80s when I was studying with Rachel. Because we use the wolf as the symbol of rejoining. I think the pack mentality and how the wolf stands very strongly independently, that individuation aspect of Imbolc, but at the same time they're nothing without their pack. And the power of the wolf moon in February, for me, is that we're coming out of that time in February when it comes to Imbolc, where it's all about our unique essence. What it is that makes us who we are, disconnected from anything else. And then, as we come up towards Ostara, it's about beginning to understand. Think of the Fool's Journey in the Tarot, where he starts out, it's all about the Fool, it's all about the Fool, because he's all that exists in his universe. And then he has to meet others and start defining himself in relation to others. And that's what the wolf moon in February does. It starts us to realize that that individuation, the part of the universe that's only us and is nobody else, has to come in contact with others. Divine itself in... Did I say divine itself? That's a wonderful slip of the tongue. I meant to say define itself. But divine itself, I love that. Start to learn who you are in the face of others and in the face of something greater than all of that. Divine yourselves. I love that. I just might use that at some point in ritual today. And it's always been powerful for me to hold the power of the wolf, to be primal and instinctual. Do what has to be done and work from the personal, but do that in relationship. At this point, understanding we're part of something. There's something outside of us that literally calls to us, that there are those who have walked before us, who have blazed the path that we travel on. There are those who walk beside us. And also to give ourselves that aspect of humility. I'm still stuck on humility after yesterday's Sunday service. The aspect of humility that realizes that because of our actions, because of our energy, because of our emotions, we are, at times, even when we don't know it, the pack leader. There are those who walk behind us. So the wolf moon in February, to me, is about the first reaching out. Think of it in the sci-fi aspect of first contact. First contact with what is not me. And to prepare ourselves, using this moon and the energy of this moon to prepare ourselves for Ostara next year, are working. You will be listening to this after it's done. I would never tell you in advance something that I was about to do in a working or in the process of it, but I will tell you after the fact. Our working is we will be blessing stones, plain old river stones, with 4 aspects that we will be holding on behalf of those we love. And our work, the living in accord out of this ritual going into March and preparing for the spring equinox, is pick up that stone in nightly meditations and see who amongst our loved ones, our pack, comes to mind. Look at the 4 words, the powers we've given the stones. And let ourselves feel which of those energies they need to be held with. It's an activity set to make ourselves think of someone other than ourselves, to wake us up and bring us back in a small step into community, starting with those we love and trust the most. I am thinking I might do a video about the ritual. We'll see. I have so many video topics floating around in my head. Probably won't have a lot of more video time today because it's also ladies' night, where I'll be out with my girlfriends here in the neighborhood. We're calling our group now Wine and Giggles, although I have to admit we've done a lot of crying too. That's what happens when women come together. We've shared joys and we also have shared sorrows. But I'll probably be able to end this at least with a tiny moment from somewhere in today's travels, because today is just gorgeous. We don't have the heat of the last couple of days. It's now the right temperature, which is the middle 40s for this time of year here. But we have beautiful, beautiful sunlight, which is going to be blessing my full moon ritual in about an hour. And so be it. That makes 4. As you know, I'm saying now, it's a very good day.